I don't know what it is about pushing that live button. I always have to blow my nose after I push my live button. It's kind of embarrassing. Blowing your nose isn't very attractive. I mean, it's not that embarrassing. If it was that embarrassing, I could probably avoid it. But then I'd be sitting there with a plugged nose or a runny nose, and that wouldn't be very attractive at all. Good morning, starry-eyed surprise. Good morning, user. Good morning, book dragon. Hello, I tell you, boy. Hello, Bill Wallace. Hello, Lenore Morris. Hello, Hiram. Hello, Baby D. Hello, Fairy Kraus. Scott Betham and Lenore. I might have already said hello to Lenore, but maybe Lenore needed a hello twice. Hello, Lana. Hello, Tracy Fritz. Hey, Tracy, would you like to marry me or at least go on one date? One date. I want to date a woman named Tracy just once at least because my last name is Tracy. And then I could make the joke about 1,000 times that if we got married, she'd be Tracy Tracy. Hello, Baby D. Hello, Brad J. Hello. Thanks for liking my live. Starry eyed surprise. Raisa, James, Brown, Talanda, Virginia. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. Excuse me. It is May 3rd. It is 9 about 32. This is a show I've been doing for a long time. It's a show that I'm having a ton of fun with. Hello, Eric Murdercross. Hello, Meatballs. I'm not Hank Schrader, but I've heard it. I have heard that before. I prefer when you call me Bruce Willis, but you don't always get to what you want. Maybe I needed to be called Hank Schrader. You sound like the radio man. Eh, I don't know what that means. I don't know who the radio man is. I have heard I have a good voice, voice that could be on radio, which is so close to the insult. You have a face for radio that it makes me chuckle every time. Good morning, Lois. Good morning, Kimberly. Thank you all for joining. Again, my name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. This is actually Coffee Break with Ken, which is a spinoff of my morning live. I do a live every morning when I wake up and I pour my first cup of coffee and I have my uh, first sip of coffee with you guys. And I so appreciate you guys for joining me. I only have a little bit of time right now. I'm outside of my job. I work at a local super Target and just on my coffee break, to be honest with you. And normally on my coffee break, I spend it drinking coffee. So why don't we get to that? I do have a Yeti full of coffee right here, and I do want some caffeine in me, and I do want those hearty, rich flavors of the Starbucks Sumatra. So I hope wherever you guys are, whatever you're doing, hello, Weebury, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Mm. Oh, I am so thankful. Thank you, Warren, that I remembered before I talked too long to grab my coffee and take a swig. I'm going to do it again. Mm. Oh, oh. I'm really trying to devise ways where I can have it and get my work done. Some people will have a cup of coffee while they're working, but I feel it's more of a pain in the butt than worth it. Because I'm working, I'm using my hands, and when you have your right hand busy holding a cup of coffee, it's hard to get the work done with just one hand. And uh, somebody said Eric Motocross just said he feels bad for Bruce Willis, and I get that. I get that. But I don't think, Eric, you should spend too much of your soul feeling pity on Bruce Willis. And I love Bruce Willis, and I understand uh, the struggles of dementia and Alzheimer's. My mother died of Alzheimer's 3 or 4 years ago, so I know what it means. But I think the best, instead of feeling bad for Bruce Willis, just watch a Die Hard movie, and or watch The Last Boy Scout or Pulp Fiction or what have you, because I don't know, you know, your remorse or your guilt or your sadness isn't going to do Bruce any good. But I bet you, and I mean, that's the curve that life throws us sometimes. And all you can do is kind of honor his memory, I guess. And he's still alive, so I hate to say that like that because I like Bruce Willis a lot. But just remember him fondly and maybe enjoy his movies and appreciate that he was part of your life for the time he was. Again, I get almost teary eyed too. I watched the Die Hards in the theater, and I saw Pulp Fiction, and I always thought he was cool and a cool, tough guy, not one of these, not Sylvester Stallone. Not that Sylvester Stallone, there's anything wrong with Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sly, but he was kind of a regular man. He got his butt kicked in his movies, and he kicked butt while doing it, and was just kind of a regular guy. And I do appreciate him. And again, my heart goes out to his family and to him because I do know I've seen the struggles of again dementia and Alzheimer's. So anyway, I hate to get lighthearted after that serious talk, but I am going to sip some more coffee because I only have about 7 minutes left before I got to scurry back in and get back to work. I'm enjoying my morning. I'm going at a solid pace, but not a breakneck pace. Feeling good about the steps I'm taking in life and what I'm doing. I usually come out for my coffee breaks, and honestly, I work here about 40 hours a week. I usually don't do a late show. I usually do my morning and sometimes my coffee break. But you never know. I don't want to commit because when I commit to a time or a place to do a live, I don't find it as enjoyable. And I know it'd be easier for whatever viewer audience I have to know I'll be going on at a certain time every day. But I kind of like the spontaneity. As I was just about to say, I usually come out on my coffee breaks. I work probably at least 30 hours a week doing these videos and editing these videos, not the lives itself, but I edit the lives and I add words to them and add music and post them on social media platforms. And that's been my most consistent way to grow my audience is post little snippets out of these lives and post them all over social media. And my subscribers grow all the time and it feels good. Um, and I'm hoping that some way, somehow, it's going to lead to something else. And I'm sure that it will. I think I'm doing, and this, I don't want to get too spiritual on you, but I've been going to church pretty much every week for the last year plus. And I've never read the Bible. I wouldn't even say I'm a devout Christian at all. But I do go to church and I do get warm fuzzies while I'm at church, and the people there seem kind, and the message is always uplifting, and it's a great way to start my Sunday. But they were talking about being a disciple of God and what a disciple is. And I hate to be on my soapbox because I'm not, but a disciple, they say, is somebody that hears God's message and does what he says. And I think for most of my life, I wasn't hearing God's message, and I certainly wasn't doing what he says. I was probably doing careers that I thought would be financially rewarding, and I found them spiritually shallowing. And I think if done right, you can follow the path that is intended for you. I'll just put it that way. And you're going to love what you do. You're going to be a happier person. And I think the odds are in your favor that you're probably going to it's going to be a rewarding financial career. I think for me, I'm not chasing money at all, although I need it. I mean, I got bills to pay, but I'm not chasing money. I just kind of think it's something that's going to happen. And that might sound silly or naive or whatever. But I just think, I don't know. I don't know. I think I've got too much talent to not find success in whatever I do if I leave it in God's hands, if you will. And hello, Just Todd. Leave it in God's hand and do what I'm told. And I feel in some way I'm maybe spreading God's message by doing these shows and doing what I'm doing and following the path I'm on. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying hopping on with you guys once or twice a day and having a lot of fun. Life's still not perfect, but we're going in the right direction, and it feels great to know I'm going in the right direction. So, I got to go in a couple minutes. But I do appreciate you guys hopping on. Somebody asked how the customers are good. I love helping the customers. I love helping the customers. I wish they'd hire me just to walk around on a Saturday and say, hey, can I help you find something? I love engaging with customers. I love customer service. I love people. I love helping people. I love spreading smiles and spreading a little joy and making people feel good. And a little bit, I think that's my gift on this world, uh, and what I'm supposed to do. And that's the path I'm following. And that's part of the reason I do these shows and do my videos. For some reason, people think I've got a positive attitude. Although every morning I wake up going, crap, crap, I got to get out of bed. Oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I get out of bed and I start smiling and laughing and feeling funny and feeling silly and drinking my coffee and working and making people smile at work and seeing my kids and loving on them and mowing the lawn, making that look good. And just kind of put one foot in front of the other and going where I'm supposed to be going. And Holly's doing great. Thank you for asking, Eric. I assume you know she's at my ex-wife's house. My ex-wife and her kids were missing her tremendously. I'm going to have to be moving, and I'm working a full-time job now, and didn't have enough time to love on Holly like she deserves. I saw Holly yesterday. It's so fun when I go pick up my son. I picked up my son on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and Sundays. But every time I go over there, Holly's so excited to see me, and my ex-wife lets her out the door, and she sprints as fast as she can, side to side, and runs around the yard, but doesn't ever get too far from me. I mean, she'll get to the edge of the yard, but she always comes right back because she's so excited to see me. And so I get to see her regularly. She gets love she deserves. She's such a good girl. And it was hard for me, and I'm going to get teary eyed. Um, I start work at 7 in the morning, and she'd get up. She'd be so excited. She'd want to go on her walk, and I'd be tired, and we'd go on a 20-minute walk, and I'd rush to work, and I'd come home and I'd be exhausted, and she'd be wanting to get love, and I'd give her all the love I could, but she's in a good place with my stepkids and a couple of my kids and my ex-wife. She's in a family that loves her, in a yard that she loves, and I get to see her several times a week. So she's doing great. I thank you for asking. I thank you guys so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Um, I appreciate you sharing your morning, following my show, being a little part of my life, and hopefully from me sharing my experiences, I don't know, you guys find some value and maybe can learn a little, a thing or two from the experiences I've had in life. And I appreciate you guys for watching and joining me on this little coffee break today. One more sip of coffee. That was no sip, that was a double chug. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful morning. I hope you're feeling good, loving yourself, forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.